I, 23F, met E, 23M, in the 6th grade when we were both 11 years old. We were best friends since that, really inseparable, practically joined by the hip. We started dating when we were 14 and never stopped. We were the typical teenage couple. We had our fair bit of stupid fights, but overall our relationship was pretty mature given our ages. E family practically adopted me when my parents died when I was 17. My parents died in a car accident and they were strangled for their families, so I had no one else to go. His mom loves me, and my relationship with the rest of his siblings is pretty good. He has one older brother, 25mm, and two younger sisters, 19F, 17F. I considered his family as my own. They helped me so much since my parents died. They let me move in with them. They paid for my college and rent. I live with E and they pay our rent. They are really supportive of us, and his mom have a heart of the size of the entire fucking world, I swear. E is tall, 6'3", absolutely gorgeous, easygoing, funny, really fucking smart. He speaks 5 languages and is attending med school. Everyone likes him. Me, on the other hand, I'm pretty common. I would give myself a 7 out of 10 on a good day. Despite all that, E was always jealous and insecure about me. He is absolutely terrified of me cheating on him. His aunt cheated on his uncle, who later committed suicide. They were really close, and that gave him some severe mental scars. Given that he was always a bit controlling of me hanging around with male friends, and make me promise him that I would never cheat on him 1,000 times. Earlier this year in February, I started spending a bit of more time with my friends, and as a result, I wasn't spending much time with him. This started our biggest argument so far. He argued that I was prioritizing my friends, male friends specifically. He tried to make me cut one of my closest friends that he didn't like it. I wasn't going to do that, and we ended screaming at each other. This led to a day that I was supposed to go to a party with my friends at night. He asked me to no go there because my friend was going to be there. I told him no. Before I left, he told me that he was feeling sick. He told me that he was feeling a headache and a slight fever. He asked me to stay home and order some food and watch a movie with him. We started to argue, he screamed at me, and I left. I am going to try to make this short and not graphic. I meet with 3 of my friends there, drink more than I should, got really drunk, went to lay down in one of the rooms in the house that the party was happening, fell asleep, and woke up with my 3 friends raping me. I was able to scream, and one girl who was in the bathroom heard me up and came to help me. Soon other people started showing up, and in the end, the guys who did it were beaten up too close to death. I was taken to a hospital after that. 2 of the guys are in jail right now, and the other was able to dodge prison because he didn't have taken his turn yet. To say that this whole thing fucked me up is an understatement. I was diagnosed with depression and PTSD. It was bad, really fucking bad. I started having this panic attacks where I couldn't breathe, and the only thing that made me feel better was E. If he was there, I didn't have any panic attacks, but if he left for more than 30 minutes, now is a bit better. I am able to be away from him for about 7 to 8 hours without feeling terrified. I started to freak the fuck out. I was probably one of the few people who were grateful for the lockdown. LOL. A mix of obsessive attachment with anxiety, my therapist said. He was my goddamn hero. He cooked for me, made sure that I was eating, made sure that I was taking my meds, drove me to my therapist and psychiatrist appointments. He started showering with me because it was the only way that I was comfortable being nude. Don't ask me to explain why. He held me down when I started sobbing at random moments of the day. I used to have night terrors, and the only way to this day I can fall asleep is with my head on his chest. He is the only person who makes me feel safe. Basically, he and his family, his mom helped us a lot. She was the one who delivered groceries to our apartment because he couldn't leave, or else I started to panic. We're the ones responsible for me not killing myself. Our sex life was pretty good before the incident. We lost our virginities to each other when we were 16, and we were each other's firsts and only in everything, even kissing. He has an insane high libido. For him, we could have sex 7 times a day, and he could keep up for hours. But we normally did once or twice a day, and I always blew him at least once a day. He always pressured me a bit for more sex and was always hurt when I refused, but overall our sex life was pretty healthy. After the thing, he never, ever mentioned or tried to initiate sex or any type of thing like that. I started to feel comfortable with kissing him around the end of August, but he only gave me short pecks, and he didn't seem to enjoy them. These days, when I tried to give him a more elaborate kiss, he pulls away. In the middle of September, I was finally feeling good enough with myself to have sex again. I put on some fancy lingerie and tried to initiate, but once he saw what I was trying to do, he pulled away, gave me a kiss on the forehead, said that he was tired and went to sleep. This doesn't sound like a big deal, but it is. Ever since we had sex for the first time 7 years ago, he never shot me down when I tried to initiate, not even once. And the longest time that we spent without having sex was 4 days. Before the whole thing, obviously. Every time that I tried to initiate sex, he always gave me an excuse. He was not in the mood. He was tired. He was busy. And like I said before, he has the libido of a porn star, and I caught him masturbating before, so that didn't change. My twisted mind thought he was cheating on me, even though that the max time that he spent away from me in these days is for about 4 or 5 hours. So yesterday I snooped through his phone. Yes, after all the things he has done for me, I did this. Yes, I am a horrible girlfriend, and he wasn't cheating on me, but I find out something that I honestly don't know if is better or worse than cheating. He was talking to his older brother about us. The main facts that I discovered were this: that he blames himself for letting me go to that party. That every time I tried to initiate sex, the only thing he is able to think is the other 3 guys being inside me, and how wrong the thought of other guys being inside of me made him feel sick. That how our special thing for us was lost. The special thing is that we lost our virginities to each other and never had sex with anyone else. He used to say that in the future, he will brag to our future grandchildren about how, in the age of hookups, we only had sex with each other. This may seem dumb, but it was something that he was really proud of, because he is really romantic in that sense, and his parents were each other onlys, and they were pretty much the perfect couple. That before the incident, he bought a ring and was going to propose to me, but he feels like he started to see me more like one of his sisters, and that the lust that he had for me now feels like fraternal love. His brother responded that he had to suck it up and stay with me at least until I get totally healed. He said to him that he wasn't sure if I was going to heal completely. I read all these things last night, Reddit, and I really don't know what to do. The thought of not being with him makes me feel terrified. We were supposed to grow old together. He had our whole life planned already. We even discussed baby names. He is absolutely perfect, and I don't want to lose him. I have a therapy appointment next Monday, but I don't think I'm able to keep this to myself until then. I'm really desperate here. Any advice is really appreciated. Sorry for the long post. I feel like I needed to vent a little.